So today's mind shift, we're going to talk about recovery and strain and how to make adjustments and to monitor and measure just how much recovery you have and how much strain you're able to take on a day. And this is a good week for me to talk about it because I've been traveling all week and I've had some really good days and some tough days. And I'll show you a couple of the charts to show you how it's shifted. Yesterday I was in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and I had to get up at 4 in the morning to catch a 7:30 flight. And then that was just the beginning of a very long day. It was a 16-hour day to go to Dallas and then to Orange County because of flight delays and weather challenges. I was already traveling out really tired. My recovery level was 11, and I'll show you what that means in a minute. I did get a nap on the plane, and I knew that that would help a lot. So a 50-minute nap, it measured 50 minutes. That made a huge difference for me. Last night, I was intentional about getting to bed within my normal rhythm. So I'm on the West Coast, that's 2 time zones away. So I got to bed around what would typically be 9:45 Central Standard Time, and I just let myself sleep until I naturally woke up. So I had a good night's sleep. My recovery level was 92, big difference. Now I use a fitness band called Whoop. Here's the name of it. It measures sleep like a lot of bands, but it does it differently, and it gives you some different information. A lot of bands will tell you how much REM you got or how much deep sleep, and Whoop does all of that, but it takes it to another level because it's measuring your heart rate variability and your resting heart rate. And based on those 2 factors, it can tell you how well prepared you are to take on the strain of the day, or how you may not be as ready for high stress, and how you can kind of pull back a little bit during the day, take a nap, or do things to make sure that you're functioning at your best throughout the day. So heart rate variability, very briefly, are the intervals between your heartbeats, and your heart is actually fluctuating. And the higher it fluctuates is a signal of how resilient you are, or how capable or ready you are to take on immediate stress or alertness. And then how quickly, once you're in that state, when you decide to pull off the accelerator, how quickly you can recover. If you have a low heart rate variability, it means that it's a real struggle for you throughout the day to take on strain, or it's difficult to recover. So let me show you yesterday morning. So this was my number. Okay, let's get this to work here. So this was my number yesterday morning. I was an 11% recovery. Now my baseline heart rate variability is 81, and it's different for everybody. So it's good. It's a healthy number, and it's improved over time because of my intentionality about rest and recovery. Yesterday it was 23. My baseline resting heart rate is 40. Yesterday it was 48, so that means it was elevated. So I didn't get as deep a rest, and I've got 6.5 hours of real sleep, and I typically aim for 7 or more of actual sleep. I'm actually in bed more, so sleep efficiency is another part of that. Now, here's my numbers today. You can see 92%. So my heart rate variability, HRV, was 127, from 23 to 127. My resting heart rate was 41. Remember, my baseline is 40. So I got into a deeper place of rest, and that's great for recovery. Now my actual sleep that I got was 9 hours and 23 minutes. I was actually in bed about 10 hours. So that was recovery. Now, I know you're going to say, how do you get 10 hours of sleep? You just begin to plan for it. And that was to recover because I had 3 days in a row of very low, in the red recovery. So I needed that rest. I had the opportunity. I planned for it. So my question is, how do you know if you're at your best? are you getting 6 or more actual hours of sleep? And remember, the time in bed is not your actual sleep time. You may have a sleep efficiency where you can fall asleep in 5 minutes, 30 minutes. Mine is typically 45 minutes to an hour, where I actually don't, I'm actually awake during the night. And then there's the level of light sleep, deep sleep, and then REM cycles. And all of those are important, but more importantly, it's recovery and resiliency that we're after. So I just want you to know that this is something that you can monitor, you can plan for. Tonight, I've got another opportunity to get a good night's rest. I'm going to have a good dinner, and I'll catch you up to date tomorrow to let you know how well I recovered. Take care.